I want to go time traveling with you. Hello, Las Vegas. It's Jazzin Jeanne Brei, your tour guide for time travel. Back again for another fabulous week of vintage entertainment and retro places. As a matter of fact, this week, we're going to hit the places that are actually pretty darn new, but have a very vintage Vegas vibe. That's right, we've been to those places that are 40 years old, like the Peppermill, or 70 years old, like Frankie's, which turned into a tiki room just a few years ago. But now, tonight, we're going to go to the Smith Center. Gorgeous, it only opened less than a month ago, but it feels like it opened 70 years ago with all the beautiful Art Deco architecture. We're also going to hit some of the other really beautiful places like Mr. B's, a brand new supper club. Takes you back in time, especially when there's Peter Pavone doing Sinatra and Linda Angeline doing standards. It's going to be a wonderful time, so get ready, buckle up, and let's get jazzin'. But before we go, this beautiful Aladdin's Land was originally installed in 1966 at the Aladdin Hotel, where Elvis married Priscilla, and where the Planet Hollywood Hotel and Casino now stands. Designed by Raymond Larson and built by the Young Electric Sign Company, it was installed on the Fremont Street Experience as part of the Neon Museum in July 1997, mere months before the Aladdin was imploded in April 1998. We'll start the evening off at Mr. B's, a throwback to the vintage-style supper clubs in a very convenient location on Paradise, just south of Twain and north of Flamingo, in the old Z Tejas location, which has been vacant for 4 long years. Mr. B, Bernie Cheater by name, hails from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and also owns the Fremont Mediterranean Cafe downtown by Neonopolis. Their grand opening last month was a big hit, and they're open for lunch Sunday through Friday. Their bar menu and wood-fired pizza oven is available until 4 a.m. every day. They also feature entertainment 7 nights a week, from solo piano by John Brunori from Argentina on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to contemporary duos and trios Thursdays through Sundays, including Linda Angeline on Saturday nights. We'll be back to see her. Late night on Wednesdays is karaoke, and Thursday through Sunday late nights are a DJ. But tonight and every Monday belongs to Peter Pavone singing his Rat Pack standard.
The autumn leaves drift by my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, those summer kisses, those summer hands I used to hold. And since you went away, the day grows long. And soon I'll hear old winter's song, 'cause I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall, when autumn leaves start to fall, when autumn leaves start to fall. Thank you very much. Autumn leaves.
Well, here I am at Mr. B's again for another night. They have music 7 nights a week, and every night's a little different. On Monday night, there's a jam starring Mr. Peter Pavone, who moved here from San Diego after many years there. Tell us a little bit about the music you do and what got you into it.
Well, you know, I came here to play Frank Sinatra in the Rat Pack show.
Wow.
And for 10 years I was trying not to sound like him, and then I saw a casting and I said, okay, what the heck? So I've been doing Frank here. I've done about 100 shows in the last 10 months. And I've been on tour. I've been to the East Coast. I've played the Borgata in Atlantic City.
I seem to recall a Facebook picture of meeting Mr. Jimmy Carter.
Yesterday I was in Georgia. We did a show and we went to see his church, and we met him and had a private audience with the president and the first lady. And then a few weeks from now I'm going to Australia for 5 weeks on tour as Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack. So
That's awesome.
things are pretty cool, you know.
And now, how did you get introduced to Frank Sinatra's music?
Well, you know, when my aunt was when I was 5, my aunt showed me pictures and letters from Frank. Apparently, she was Harry James' girlfriend when Frank went with the band, and she took Frank under her arm, elbow, shoulder, wing, or whatever. And so she played the music for me at 5, and so ever since then I've been, crooning and swinging, and who knew that?
And you have a heck of a band.
Oh yeah.
Who you got up there on that stage?
Well, I got Terry Ryan on keyboard, Bob Sachs on upright bass, and Mike Beecham on drums. And this is Monday night Mr. B's jam session. It's a pro jam session. It's not an open mic, but professional entertainers and musicians get up and they sit in. The food is great, the ambiance is great, the bar and the dining room and the bandstand are in the same room, so it's like a supper club. And so the quality of the music is very, very high end. And it's a place where, you can come and you can have dinner, you can get treated right, you can have some great music, and we're very excited to be here.
And we were noticing not only is it a non-smoking venue, but it has beautiful fire pits outside.
Yeah, and you can smoke outside by the fire pits.
And it's all ages, because the restaurant is sort of, you got a little wall between it and the bar.
Yeah.
So all ages, kids can come as well.
Absolutely.
That's pretty awesome.
And
We
they're
like
open
that.
7 nights a week to like 4 a.m.
Yes, but the good music, the vintage music goes from what, 7:30 to 11:30?
11:30 on Mondays, yeah.
On Mondays. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like the band is getting ready for you.
Okay.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Jeannie.
Thank you. I'd like to bring up a friend of mine. Has her own TV show. Great lady's been in town a long time performing. Jazzin Jeanne Brei.
Very right. Nobody till somebody loves you. Oh, you're nobody till somebody cares. 'Cause you may beat me, you may possess the world and its gold. But gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old. I said the world still is the same. You'll never change it. As sure as the stars shine above. You're nobody till somebody really loves you. So find yourself somebody. Find yourself somebody. Find yourself somebody to love. And if you find one, we find one for me too. Jerry Ryan, Bobby Sachs, Mike Beecham, I'm Jeanne Brei. Thank you.
Ballroom dancing to live bands is back in Las Vegas with Jazzin Jeanne Brei and the Speakeasy Swingers, playing big band favorites every first Thursday of the month at the very vintage Vegas Italian American Club. Winners of the 2011 Jazz Ensemble of the Year from the Consumers Entertainment Exchange, the Band of All-Stars features the legendary 90-year young Don Hill from the Treniers on saxophone, Michael Ray Tyler on the trumpet, Bob Scan on trombone, Dick Jones on bass, Paul Testa on drums, Charlie Schaefer on the keys, and the irrepressible Jazzin Jeanne Brei on the vocals. Join them and their many special guest stars for the swanky Supper Club Soiree and Floor Show, featuring the Steppin' Kings Tap Dancers, the Encore Follies Vintage Showgirls, Paul Stubblefield, Sonny Charles from the Checkmates, and so many more. The Speakeasy Swingers are also available for private party bookings. Visit www.thespeakeasyswingers.com for more info. In the meantime, see you on the dance floor.
The Smith Center for the Performing Arts mission was to build and establish a high-quality performing arts center that is embraced by the community and recognized as a vital force by supporting artistic excellence, education, and inspiration for all. I want to go time traveling with you. Let's leave this present behind. You know, this present isn't so bad because it just opened, this beautiful Smith Center that looks like it was built in the Art Deco days of the 1930s. They fashioned it after the Hoover Dam Art Deco. Myron Martin told the architect he wanted it to be vintage Vegas, and it sure is. It'll be here 100 years from now. It's that gorgeous. We are here tonight to see the new Composers Showcase move to the Smith Center. It's kind of been homeless since the Liberace Museum went under. So, and they were at Garfield's for a little bit, and they were, bopping around. But we're so excited to have it in the Jazz and Cabaret Room at the Smith Center. We're looking forward to possibly speaking with Keith Thompson, the man who brings you the Composers Showcase. It's going to be a wonderful night. 20 different singers, composers showing their brand new works. It's vintage Vegas, baby.
Wow. 6 years ago, in I believe it was April 2006, a bunch of composers, songwriters, lyricists got together with their kind of fabulous and colorful performer friends at a trashy little quad in the Fruit Loop of Las Vegas down near the airport, and began to regale and entertain each other. And then we were kind of homeless for a little while, and thanks to the generous spirit and the collaborative efforts of Mr. Will Adamson with Creative Studios LP, and Jason Outlaw, who was the promoter at Garfield's Grand Atrium, we had a place to do the showcase for a while, but there was a buzz in the air, you see, there was this buzz. And there was a rumor that the new Smith Center that was coming to town had this real snazzy cabaret room that we would be real good for, but it's a little bit big, and we weren't sure we could fill it. Well, and I thought to myself, well, that's kind of like a dream come true. Dream come true. And when we closed at the Liberace Museum, I told a story about an experience that I had that impacted my life in a profound way, and I had to write a song about it. You see, somebody had told me that it was time to give up on one of my dreams. And I was like, really? There's so many songs about following your dream and believing in yourself and spreading your wings and flying, that I just seemed unconscionable to me that someone would be telling me to give up on my dream. So I just said, okay, I'm going to write a song about that. And so I asked my friend Bruce Ewing to learn the song, and he with a couple of his friends. And that was back then. Recently, Bruce has decided to do a show. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about that show later, but he asked if he could sing that song. And so I said, well, good, and now that it's performance ready, I thought that I would ask them to write, since we closed the Liberace Museum with that we would open the Smith Center with that same song. So please welcome the stage. We have one song, John Goin.
As long as there's a breath in my body, as long as there's a light in my eyes, as long as I'm loving my journey, and the sights on the prize, no matter how possible or hopeless or crazy it may seem, I'll never give up, never gonna give up on my dream. My dream won't keep me warm on a Monday night. My dream
JJW Entertainment presents live from Las Vegas, Ken Levine and Jump Jive and Wail, one of Las Vegas's premier swing and dance bands, providing fantastic entertainment and great toe-tapping swing music.
Here we are at the Composers Showcase, and I have found not only just a composer, but an Emmy Award-winning, amazing musician. It's Vita Karembi, and she's the musical director for Menopause the Musical on the Strip. Tell us a little bit about, well, where you've been, what you've been doing, and your song for tonight.
My song for tonight's going to be fun. It's definitely a comedy song. I've been writing comedy songs for this thing since I was one of the original people who started doing this, and just wanting to have fun and make people laugh. And I'm in Menopause the Musical, which is a comedy, so I'm all about making people laugh.
That's a cool thing. And believe me, our songs are very funny.
Thank you.
and the songs that you won Emmys for, were they songs?
I did 2 for composition and 1 for performance. I had this crazy little character I did on TV, and we were just lucky enough to get an Emmy for it.
That's very cool. That's very, and you've been in Vegas quite a while.
Yeah, I'm a local. Was born and raised here, and then actually not born, but raised here from like a year and a half, and then left for years in New York, LA, and then came back here when I had my daughter.
That's awesome. And how old's your daughter now?
She's 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the Composer Showcase started around 2006?
Yes.
And it started at a little place called Sway.
Yeah, there was like 10 of us practically, and now look at here we are at the Smith Center. It's amazing.
And it's sold out.
It's
been
amazing.
sold out for days.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So that's awesome. Well, Vita, we are so looking forward to it. And now,
doll.
how often does Menopause play? Is it daily?
We're 7 nights a week. Yeah, no dark nights.
That is awesome. And you play all of those?
No, I'm only on certain nights. I play 2 characters, the Power Woman and the Earth Mother. So it depends on which night I play, whatever character.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, we'll look for you at Menopause Musical. And looking forward to your song tonight. What's it called? What's the name of it?
It's called I May Not Be Blue Collar, but I Got a Blue Collar Mouth.
Look at that. Thank you, Vita. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you, darling.
I'm a lady to the manor born. My family's money is old. Summers in the Hamptons, winters in the Keys. Mommy never liked the cold. Archery and piano lessons, dinners at the club. All went out the window, though, when I visited my first pub. A strange yet foreign language I had never heard. But soon the lilting of the cadence had me mouthing every word. I couldn't believe the things they said, or the manner in which they spoke. Right then I traded martinis for a bourbon and a Coke. Well, I may not be blue collar, but I've got a blue collar mouth. of girth. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. It's just so damn succinct. Why fart and waste it when you can burp and taste it? It's even more distinct. I may not be blue collar, but I've got a blue collar mouth. My pedigree comes from the north, but my heart is in the south. Well, she's as useless as tits on a boar, and 3 can shive a 6-pack. Well, I may not be blue collar, but I've got a blue collar mouth. The New York Times crossword puzzle is harder than a choir boy in a porno shop. And she's wound up tighter than the girdle of a minister's wife at the buffet at the IHOP. You know, this song will go over like a pregnant pole vaulter. It takes a snapshot in your brain. Well, get off the cross, someone needs the wood. It's definitely my favorite saying. Well, I may not be blue collar, but I've got a blue collar mouth. I date guys with names on their shirts now who like to undo my house. Well, I'm not the sharpest cheese in Wisconsin, and the lights are on, but nobody's home. Well, I may not be blue collar, but I've got a blue collar mouth. But I don't miss good evening. Now it's a hey or a 2-finger nod. And I love it when those tattooed bikers yell out, hey, you rockin' rod! I may not be blue collar, I've got a blue collar mouth. Pedigree comes from the north, but my heart is in the south. I ain't got a pot to piss in, let alone a window to throw it out. And I may not be blue collar, but I got a blue collar mouth. Well, I may not be blue collar, but I've got a blue collar mouth. And remember, closer to God.
I am standing here with the amazing Evan Davis of the Evan Davis
But
Jazz
I spend
Blog.
many hours putting together a music blog, actually, not just jazz. And what I do is I put a calendar out every week. It runs from Wednesday to Wednesday, and it has all local entertainment that I'm aware of that's happening here in town. What I do is I send out an email to over 250 musicians and performers and promoters asking what their gigs are for the week. I get that back on Tuesday, I put it in a calendar format, and I post it all on Wednesday. And I do this every week, and I keep people informed as well as myself of what's going on in town on the local scene.
You are
Thanks,
a
Jeannie.
wonderful resource, and we thank you so much. Well, we want to say thank you again for sharing your night tonight with us at the very vintage Vegas variety show. We hope you had as much fun as we did. I mean, after all, you get to go dancing at Mr. B's and the Smith Center. Gorgeous, beautiful, lovely Art Deco. It'll last for a lifetime. Stick around. We'll be back next week with even more very vintage Vegas variety and retro entertainment. Keep on jazzing.